Hello and welcome to Mobile Friday. Today, on this rainy day here, we're going to play Cat Snack Bar. This is a game that's been advertised to me on and off. And unlike some of those other games, this one looked like it had some actual story and gameplay or something substantial to it, shall we say. So, as per usual with this series, this is the first time starting the game. So we all get to see what happens. So here we go. I say don't allow. And continue. So it's a vertical game. There's no problem there. So the animation's really cool. And it's very simple in what it's wanting us to do. Remember, the name is Cat Snack Bar, so of course you're a cat, you're running a snack bar, and obviously you're serving your customers. You ask them what they want, you make what they want, and you give them what they want, and you upgrade what you can give them. So obviously we're in the tutorial part of this game at the moment. So we've upgraded the menu. So obviously the sandwich, I guess, is going to be the menu. So we have 2 workbenches. Ah, we got an achievement. Can we level up? Okay, that's not highlighted. Oh, I guess we'll buy the upgrade. The coins in the top left. So, you know, it's not too bad in what it's asking for. It's not too difficult. The tutorial is very solid. But I guess what's also important is that it hasn't asked us to download any extra data. It hasn't got a super long tutorial. Which means if you download this just before you head out, you can play this quite easily. Obviously this looks like it's going to be one of those oh no, I forgot what the name of them is. When you don't play the game and it runs in the background. Oh well, that's my brain for you. I think we're about ready to level up again. So in the adverts I've seen for this game, it hasn't been like this. Well, we've been in a building for a start. Oh, business growth. There we go, that kind of answers that one. So, expansion, yeah. So I think we're starting from kind of 0. Ah, okay. So this is a free game. But as you've just seen there, it's basically you can watch adverts to get double the money. And that's how a lot of these games work. You either buy energy, you can see at the top, we've got coins times 2, which is what we're currently selling the donuts for. But there's also some sort of diamond ruby thing in the middle, so that's another currency. So we need ideally 2. Nope, that's coffee. Okay. Ah, gotcha. There we go. I'm going to go top right and hit the settings or the gear icon. Let's see what choices we have. Not a lot here. But you can see what version we're playing. It is, it was updated maybe 2 or 3 days ago. Let's just have a look at the languages. So there are quite a few there. Some I don't often see in these games. So hopefully there's one there for you. Me myself, I'm playing in English. But you can also see in the background, the game is still going. So it hasn't paused. Oh, something new? And this is what those rubies do. They upgrade these things, okay. So at the moment it feels like a pretty self-explanatory kind of game. The thing with these games are, becomes a point where there's a grind. Like at the moment, we're happily kind of slowly making our way through. You can see on the bottom our levels increasing. You can see in the game more characters, more cats. So we're not exactly really getting a grind just yet. So maybe this may not be a long video, but we might get to see how long you can play before the grind takes effect. A game similar to this I played quite a while ago now was Star Trek Lower Decks. In that game, in the video we didn't really hit the grind. We are a little lucky, shall we say. I kept playing the game afterwards and the grind hit exactly when we finished that video. So my guess is it's going to feel good for the first 20-30 minutes maybe. And then it's going to get rough. But at the moment, it plays well. Looks really good actually. So we'll save up for that espresso shot, I think. It's there we go. It has a style, and it really plays that well. Cats don't have too much animation, but they are standing and moving up and down. They all look different. Fun colours, fun patterns. So it looks really nice. I'm also playing on an iPhone Pro 14, so I can talk about the dynamic island. And at the moment, it's not in the way. On the screen, you see the house at the top, and there's the door. So the dynamic island sits on the top of that door up. So at the moment it's not in the way of anything. Perhaps a little distracting, but then again the house isn't much to look at. And I can tell that because I play this game via my TV. Because of the dynamic island, I need to have a look and see if it gets in the way and how. So yeah, if it gets in the way any other way, I'll let you guys know. We are close to the bottom to finishing this round. I wonder if that's going up by money earned, cats served, or level ups bought, or money spent. in these sort of games, it doesn't particularly matter at the beginning because you go through so quickly. Are we going to level up before we get the coffee to 50? I guess the max. What might also be interesting is whether or not you can keep playing. For example, going back to Star Trek Lower Decks, it gives you the choice. When you hit the level up, it says, do you want to, or do you want to keep playing? In that game, it's worth to keep playing for a little while sometimes, because you can unlock extra character pieces, shall we say. And you upgrade characters when you get a certain amount of those pieces. So sometimes it can be worth playing just a little bit longer to finish upgrading characters. So you can see the bottom left, sorry, bottom right, we can upgrade, we can level up, but we can stay here as well. We can hit the... Okay. So these are going to come via spending money. At this rate, we might have to... We get what, 2 rubies for each... Ooh, also quite windy here. We get 2 rubies for each thing finished, leveled up to max. So 2, 4, 6, it could take like another 2 stages before we can buy something else. Well, let's see what happens when we level up. Hey, food truck, alright. And again, we start from 0, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I guess it is nice that we are getting a new location. We are getting different things to look at. It'll be interesting if you play this game longer, how many of these locations there are. So if you do play this game, in the comments let us know if it's just a handful of locations and setups, or if there are quite a few. Okay, Lewis, what can we get? Customer, part-timer, it's quite a few level ups. Hey, pretzels at the end. Well, let's get the customer and the part-timer. As you can see, we've got on the bottom left, they want us to watch an advert to get ×2 money. And on the right side, they keep giving us kind of a chance to earn more money or obtain more money. Well, we need to get another drink station. There it is. So I'm guessing from the upgrade screen we saw hot dogs and pretzels. That's what the left and right ones are going to be. Interesting, these cats do not have a balloon knot. Still, it's a bright and colourful game. It's definitely one that I would say you can easily play short bursts. You see on the right side here we got them wanting us to watch adverts to get in-game stuff. I wonder if there's like a shop. I'm going to hit the rubies at the top. No. So either at this point in the game we can't, or there is no option to buy rubies. Or, you know, that red gem. And it's possible they could be getting all their money from adverts. And I guess that's kind of another useful thing of this video series, is that we get to see how aggressive it is. The Star Trek Lower Decks game is not too bad, but the new Doctor Who game by the same people, it's a little bit more in your face with wanting adverts. I would say they haven't got that balance right. And you see in the moment in this game, we got 3 hot dogs but only 1 hot dog stand, so we need to get this to level 10 to double up. But again, at the bottom, thankfully it's at the bottom where they're pushing these watch adverts to get extra money. So already, this is like the 3rd location, shall we say. You can already feel like it has slowed down, hasn't it? We finished the 1st location and the 2nd location fairly quickly. Oh, this is an idle, that's what they call them, idle games. Yeah, okay. So obviously, the more you play an idle game, the more you get out of it. Like, if you just leave it, there becomes a point where you haven't earned a lot of money. If you had gone back and upgraded or leveled up something, you would earn substantially more money more quickly. So yeah, in a way, these idle games, they do kind of need you to pay attention. Leave it for 10-20 minutes, but then you will have to come back and you have to do something. But going back to the Star Trek Lower Decks game, I've finished all the levels in that. And it's very much now a case of leave it for an hour or 2 and then come back to it, because you're so high level that it's so difficult to progress now. So in a way, that game has gotten a bit unfair, a little bit boring. I think this one hits this grind a little too quickly. If we watched an advert, then obviously we get twice as much money. If we click the advert on the bottom right, then we get a lump sum of money. So yeah, obviously we could make this go faster, but that's not what these videos are about. These videos are about what's the experience after downloading it. Thankfully, it's not really been an issue. In this game, I should say in this game. In other games, yes. In other games we get problems with extra downloads. The video last Friday was Puzzle Quest 3, and that game had about 1.8 gigabyte download. And a very strange tutorial that really messed with the story. So when games get it right, they get it right. And this game did fairly well. It only let us click the things we could click when it was trying to teach us something. It's bright, bold, simple gameplay. We know we're trying to progress by leveling up, which means we've got to serve the customers. Simple premise, but it's done well. And it looks good as well. It's something you could casually play on like a train. Get your phone out, 5 minutes, you can quickly look at the screen, big red arrows, saying level up, big red exclamation marks saying adverts. And if you're commuting, you don't really want to do that, so it's clear what's what. So yeah, not the most advanced game, but it does the simple well. And we need to get 2 of these pretzel machines now. As you can see, there's a queue for pretzels. And they're also the slowest item to make. There we go, you see how the game's focusing us to this part. Blacks out the screen, highlights this. It's a nice easy way to do it. And I can't click anything else on the screen, so it's kind of obvious this is what you have to do. And it wants us to unlock, okay? So that's what it's saying at the bottom here. It wants us... Now, is it forcing us to watch an advert? So I can't click on the screen. Let's see what happens. Oh, thank goodness. We don't. Okay. I guess it would be nice to have a little customization in the staff you hire. At the moment, kind of generic looking tabbies. But if you like Scottish folds, if you like British blues, then there's not a lot of options for you in this game. At least with the breeds coming to us, you can see there are lots of different colours, but not so much different shapes. For example, with Scottish folds, there is a folded, but all these cats have the same kind of face. It's the tails that seem to be different between them. So I'm just checking this information. There's something here with stars. So you can see the drinks are 3 stars. So every time we get to the end with a ruby, it levels up. So that's how we keep track of that. You can also see the pretzel time, it's 15 seconds. Hot dog 5, drink 2.5. But the upgrades, we can reduce the drinks, and we can increase hot dog prices. So yeah, those are coming. Big, there we go, extra customer. So you can see on the board we've got space for 1 more customer to appear. What's kind of nice is that there's no time limit from the customer. I've seen adverts for games where you have a similar idea, but because it's not an idle game, because you yourself are controlling, there appears to be a time limit. And that, you know, that's fun for some situations, but everything in like commuting, you may not have enough time to finish one of those games. At least here, you can click the ups, grab the coins, and put your phone away just in time before you can even like I use the Yokohama Blue line, and it's a case of scroll Twitter, scroll Mastodon, oh game, click click click, and go back to scrolling. You know, it's so this comes from personal experience about commuting. I guess if you like cats, you like the look of this will be for you. Okay, we can move up and down a little bit, which makes me think that the levels are going to get bigger. Maybe we can't scroll right to left, but maybe that will come later. Well, there's no real buttons to press. Ah, we can see what happens next. So you can see we are going to move up to another shop, but with the requirement, reach level 75, which means it's not the amount of money you make, it's not the amount of things you sell. We've got to upgrade everything to level 75. Alright, so we can see the progress in the map. If I go back, this was that green button next to business growth on the left. If I click it, you can see, oh, so it's split into areas. Part 1, let's say call it part 1. We've got another 1, 2, 3, 4 levels. And scrolling left to right doesn't do anything. So I can't see where we go off to next. So that kind of answers the question about locations. We're not stuck here. We're not stuck seeing the same 4 or 5 things over and over again. We will get a chance to go elsewhere, and hopefully, even if it's like adding snow to the background, it adds a bit of variety. Of course, I'm just assuming to do those 4 stages at this pace would make this video many hours long, and that's not what this video is going to be. When I've done these videos, it's always been up to the grind, but we can see we are already at the grind. So this video probably won't go too much longer. We're probably not going to see the cafe. Huh. I was gonna say, they went to the cat said pretzel, and no, the cat said hot dog, and they went to the pretzel machine. Another part-timer. I do like how they show that. It's quite fun to see the box appear, because cats and boxes is a thing. Oh, what else? Why I also doing these videos is often check to see if there is controller support. How good is it? So I'm going to put the phone down, and I'm going to grab a controller. It's an Xbox Series controller. It's the blue one. And I'll be honest, I'm not expecting this game to have controller support. An idle game doesn't, or this vertical style, doesn't typically have it. But it's worth just having a look. So I'll turn the controller on. It's paired. And, whoops, that's the Xbox button in the middle. So, okay, it will do that. But none of the other buttons work, so let's pick it back up. put that down. As for heat, it's just a little warm. It's not uncomfortable at all. Probably wouldn't even notice it. Again, with idle games, it's not often you leave them running for like 30-40 minutes straight. And that should mean we can have the final cat on our truck. Yep, you can see that window's now been done. We just need the pretzel upgrade to make them go much faster. So I guess you could probably argue there's a bit of imbalance here. The pretzel takes so long, but so many cats want them. It kind of feels a little unfair. But here we go, we can reduce the time. And we can see that it's cut in half. But like I said, with so many cats early on wanting pretzels and pretzels taking so long, it kind of feels a little artificial in how the game is trying to slow down, or slow you down. It wants you to watch the adverts. And again, that's one of the reasons why it's going slow now, is because we're not watching the adverts. This is, you know, adverts take up your data cap. That caught me out as well. Star Trek Lower Decks. The adverts, I thought, I could watch a couple of these. But no, the data cap kind of crept up on me. So, So again, you know, at home, on Wi-Fi, go nuts. It's probably something you could do at home. But unlike, say, Lower Decks where you can stack it, here it just says plus 5 minutes. Lower Decks, you can watch 4 of them and you get 12 hours of double money. Here, only one is 5 minutes. So it makes you wonder if the idleness and progression is not quite balanced correctly. Or maybe this is a lot more of an idle game. Like, you do the basics, level everything up, come back 20-30 minutes later. I guess that'll be down to how you yourself play these type of games. So you can see we've got enough cats for all positions now. Do we have enough for a new item? Ah, that would be 60. So even the merchandise requires... Like, if we watch the adverts, we can get these crystal ruby things quicker. So yeah. So I feel like I'm coming to the end of this video. It looks good, that's for sure. In terms of an idle game, it very much feels like an idle game. You see it looks very pretty, the animations are nice, but it kind of just repeats itself, especially this early on when there's not a lot of variety in the food. Maybe in the different locations, and we saw that earlier, that we will get different locations. Maybe we'll get to see more variety, food, cats, interactions. But at the moment, at this point in the game, you can see we're stuck in this kind of grind. We got to get all these items to 75, and it's been what, 20 minutes now, maybe? So yeah, the grind in this game starts early. but at least it's a game you can play straight after downloading it. This appears to have been no additional download. The tutorial is strict, but it's to the point. So yeah, this is Cat Snack Bar. And that'll do for Mobile Friday. Of course, feel free to check the other videos. We had an Apple Arcade 16 video part in this segment. Or maybe I'll catch you next week, checking out some of the other, checking out the next video. Or maybe I'll see you checking out some of the other videos on the site. We do have other playlists, we have YouTube Shorts, and if you head over to Ko-fi, you can perhaps join a membership tier. We have a couple of tiers for PS3 Cross Media Bar games previews, and we have Puzzle and Dragons. Or maybe you just feel like throwing a few yen my way, because as a small YouTube channel, we get none of that advertising money. But however I see you again, please take care.